Myself, Dr. Nidhi Agarwal, and today I am here to discuss something very important about the life processes, or better we call as physiological systems. Okay, so in our body, as you all know, you have learned in your previous grades also, you will learn now also, and in the coming grades also, there are various organ systems called the excretory system, respiratory system, nervous system, circulatory system, digestive system, reproductive system. This all systems are required for the sustainment of an organism. Without the proper functioning of even one of the systems, there is the chances of difficulty for the survival of an organism. Okay, but today I am here to discuss only about the circulatory system. So first of all, what is the circulatory system and what is its function? Circulatory system is also known as the vascular system or cardiovascular system. As the name suggests, vascular means blood and cardio means the heart. So it is a system basically involving the heart and the blood. Okay. Now what is the function of this system? As the name suggests, circulatory means its function is to circulate. Now what does it circulate? It circulates mainly the oxygen, the ions, the electrolytes, nutrients which are required for the proper functioning of cell, tissue, internal organ and the organ systems. Okay, so the various byproducts or gases from the tissue get collected, goes to the heart, to the lungs, lungs to the heart, and again the oxygenated blood goes to the body cells. This whole process is called circulatory system. In nature, we have basically two types of circulatory system, that is open circulatory system and closed circulatory system. In human beings, that is us or vertebrates, we commonly have closed circulatory system. Okay, in closed circulatory system there is heart and the blood vessels and the blood flow within this confined spaces called as the blood vessels. Whereas in open circulatory system, which is commonly found in non-vertebrates, there are few exceptions, okay, like earthworm, annelid. Okay, otherwise all non-vertebrates have open circulatory system. In open circulatory system, the circulatory fluid doesn't flow in the blood vessels while it freely flows into the body cavities. So we have open and closed. Now today we will discuss the closed circulatory system. In closed circulatory system, there are mainly three components, that is heart, blood and blood vessels. Okay, heart is the pumping organ of our body. It is basically a bunch of muscles called as the cardiac muscles. It helps in the pumping of blood. Our heart has four chambers, that is right auricle, right ventricle, left auricle and left ventricle. The function of the auricle is to collect the blood and the function of the ventricle is to pump out the blood. In between the auricle and ventricle there is tricuspid walls and bicuspid wall, so that the backflow of blood doesn't occur. Apart from this, there is septums between these chambers, which are the muscular septum, and there is a covering around the heart which is called as the pericardium. Pericardium has a pericardial cavity in which there is a pericardial fluid which acts as a shock absorber for the heart. So as we know, heart is very crucial for our survival, so it has to be get protected. So pericardium is its protective covering. Okay. Now coming to blood vessels, there are basically three types of blood vessels we have: arteries, veins and capillaries. The function of the arteries is to transport the blood towards the tissue and away from the heart, and the function of the veins is to transport the blood away from the tissue and towards the heart. This capillaries, these are very fine blood vessels. Okay, only one cell layer thick endothelial lining is there in capillaries. So in body cells and lungs, in body tissues and lungs, mainly the exchange of gases and nutrients occurs at the site of this fine capillaries, because due to the thin lining it gets easy to get the things exchanged. Okay, now we have in our circulatory system there are two circuits. One is the systemic circuit and another one is the pulmonary circuit. Systemic circuit is between the heart and our body tissues, and pulmonary circuit is between the heart and the lungs. So what happens, this is our, suppose, all body tissue. From body tissues, the deoxygenated blood and byproduct get collected through this fine capillaries called venules. From venules, through different veins, it reaches our right auricle. From right auricle, the deoxygenated blood get poured into the right ventricle. Okay. And this occurs through tricuspid wall. From right ventricle, the blood through pulmonary artery reaches the lungs, the deoxygenated blood. And here the process of oxygenation takes place of the blood. The deoxygenated blood gets converted into the oxygenated blood, and through pulmonary vein it gets poured into the left auricle. From left auricle, through bicuspid wall, the blood gets poured into the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, through aorta, the oxygenated blood get into various arteries, and from various arteries it reaches to our body tissue through the fine arterioles or capillaries. So this is the whole system. This is our systemic circulation, and this is our pulmonary circulation. So this I have discussed in brief about the circulatory system. Though circulatory system is very vast, we have left a few things like the microstructure of the heart, the microstructure of the blood vessels, and the components of the bloods and its function. Okay, so this all have, due to lack of time, we can't discuss all these things here. So I am resting my lecture here. The rest of the things we will discuss in another one. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Sorry, sir.